Stop scrolling and check your coins right now, because some Susan B. Anthony $1 coins that look completely ordinary are actually worth big money. In fact, a few rare versions have sold for thousands of dollars at auction. Hidden in old jars and collections could be a life-changing hidden treasure, and today we're revealing the most expensive Susan B. Anthony dollar coins you should look for. Let's start with the story behind this coin, because it's more mysterious than most people realize. In 1979, the United States Mint introduced the Susan B. Anthony dollar. It was the first circulating U.S. coin to feature a real woman. The Mint believed the coin would be a huge success, but something strange happened. The coin looked very similar in size and color to the quarter. People kept confusing the two coins. Stores complained. Vending machines rejected them. Within just a few years, the coin almost disappeared from everyday use. Millions of them were stored away in banks and drawers across the country. For decades, people forgot about them. But coin collectors never did. Now fast forward to today. Collectors are searching through old coin sets and proof collections looking for the 1980s Susan B. Anthony dollar, because some of these coins have become hidden treasure worth far more than $1. In fact, certain high-grade proof examples have sold for hundreds and even over $1,000 depending on condition and special features. That's serious big money for a coin many people once ignored. So how do you know if you have the valuable one? First, look at the date on the front of the coin. It must say 1980. Next, look just below the date near Susan B. Anthony's shoulder. You should see a small letter S. That tiny S is the mint mark for San Francisco, the mint that produced proof coins made especially for collectors. These coins were struck with extra care, giving them shiny mirror-like surfaces and very sharp details. Now here is the first shocking fact many people don't know. Some 1980s proof coins have extremely strong contrast between the frosted design and the mirror background. Collectors call this deep cameo or ultra cameo. When a coin has that dramatic black and white look, its value can jump quickly. A deep cameo example graded at the highest levels by professional services like PCGS or NGC has sold for over $1,000 at auction. That's a hot jump from just $1. But don't stop checking yet, because the next detail could reveal even more hidden treasure. Look closely at the condition of the coin. Proof coins should have bright mirrors and clean surfaces. If you see heavy scratches, dull spots, or damage on the rim, the value drops. But if the coin looks almost perfect, with clear mirrors and strong frost on Susan B. Anthony's portrait and the eagle on the back, you might be holding a collector's dream. Coins graded PR69 or PR70 are extremely rare in perfect condition, and that's where the big money appears. Now here's another attention-grabbing twist. Some 1980s coins show mint errors, and collectors love errors. One known example is a double die, where parts of the letters or numbers appear slightly doubled because of a mistake during the die creation process. If that doubling is clear and verified, the coin's value can rise to hundreds of dollars depending on the strength of the error. Another error collectors watch for is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not perfectly aligned during minting, leaving part of the design missing and a blank curved space on the coin. If an off-center 1980s dollar still shows the full date, collectors may pay $100 to $500 or more depending on how dramatic the error is. There are also coins with die cracks or die breaks, where thin raised lines appear across the surface because the metal die began to crack. While small cracks may add only a little value, large dramatic breaks can push the price much higher. Here's another shocking moment from the auction world. High-grade proof Susan B. Anthony dollars certified by professional grading companies have brought strong prices at major coin auctions, especially when they show deep cameo contrast and flawless surfaces. These sales prove that collectors are still chasing the best examples, and competition for perfect coins can be intense. Let's go back to 1979. That year the U.S. Mint released a brand new dollar coin. It showed Susan B. Anthony, a famous leader who fought for women's rights. It was the first time a real woman appeared on a U.S. circulating coin. The coin looked modern and different, but it had a big problem. It looked very close to a quarter. Many people confused it with a quarter when paying in stores or using vending machines. Because of this confusion, the coin quickly became unpopular. By the early 1980s, many of these coins were sitting and used in bank vaults, drawers, and piggy banks across America. Today, collectors look back at these coins with fresh eyes. Hidden among the millions of normal coins are rare versions that can bring big money. The coin you want to check is the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar. First, look at the front of the coin. You should see the date 1979. Just below the neck area and near the date you will see a small letter S. That S means the coin was made in San Francisco. These coins were often struck as special proof coins for collectors. Now here is where things get exciting. There are two different versions of the 1979 S coin. Most people cannot see the difference at first glance, but collectors know exactly what to look for. The difference is in the tiny S mint mark. The first type is called the filled S. On this coin the S looks thick and a little blurry. The curves of the letter almost look filled in. This type is common. It can still be worth more than $1 if it is in great condition, sometimes around $10 to $50, and in perfect proof condition it might reach $100 or a bit more. Condition also plays a huge role in value. Proof coins from San Francisco often have shiny mirror surfaces. If your coin still has bright mirrors, strong details, and no scratches, it could be very valuable. Look closely at Susan B. Anthony's hair and the eagle on the back of the coin. Sharp details and a clean rim are good signs. Coins that look almost perfect are the ones collectors fight over at auctions. There are also rare error coins that can bring even more big money. Some 1979 dollars show doubling in the letters or numbers. Others may have off-center strikes where the design is not perfectly aligned. These mint mistakes are rare, and collectors love them. Depending on the error and the condition, these coins can sell for hundreds of dollars or even more. Auction records have shown how strong the demand can be. High-grade 1979 clear S-proof coins certified by professional grading companies have sold for thousands of dollars. These sales prove that the coin market still values rare varieties from this series. And the amazing part is that many people still have these coins sitting unnoticed in old collections. So tonight, take a few minutes and check your coins. Look for the 1979 date and the tiny S mint mark. Then study that S closely. If it looks sharp and clear instead of thick and filled, you might be holding a coin with life-changing value. That simple dollar could be the hidden treasure collectors are searching for. And remember, amazing coin discoveries happen every year. Some people find rare coins in old jars, pocket change, or family collections. Your next coin could be the one worth big money. So keep checking your coins, and stay curious, because the next surprise treasure might already be waiting in your pocket. Let's go back to the late 1970s. The United States Mint was preparing something historic. For the first time in American history, a circulating coin would honor a real woman, the famous women's rights leader Susan B. Anthony. In 1979 the new dollar coin was released to the public with great excitement. But almost immediately something went wrong. The coin looked very similar to a quarter in size and color. People confused them constantly. Cashiers, vending machines, and even banks complained. Within a short time the coin became unpopular, and millions of them were pushed aside and forgotten in drawers, jars, and old collections. But here's where the story becomes exciting. Today collectors are going back through those forgotten coins looking for rare versions of the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar, because some examples have become hidden treasure worth far more than $1. The D mint mark means the coin was struck at the Denver Mint, and certain high-grade pieces from this mint are now extremely desirable. So how do you check your coin? Start with the front of the coin. Look for the date 1979. Just below the date, near Susan B. Anthony's shoulder, you should see a small D mint mark. That letter shows it came from Denver. The back of the coin shows an eagle landing on the moon with the Earth in the background, a design inspired by the Apollo space missions. Around the edge you will see a smooth rim without ridges, which is normal for this coin. Now here's the first shocking fact. While millions of these coins were made, only a small number survived in perfect mint condition. Coins that were never circulated and still have sharp details can be worth much more than face value. In fact, a top-grade 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar-graded MS-68 has sold at auction for thousands of dollars. That's serious big money for a coin most people still treat like spare change. But don't stop looking yet, because the next detail could reveal even more hidden treasure. Condition is everything in coin collecting. If your coin still has bright luster, strong details in Susan B. Anthony's hair, and a clean rim with no damage, it might be worth having checked by a professional grading company. Coins graded MS-67 or MS-68 are extremely rare, and collectors compete heavily for them at auctions. Now here comes another twist that keeps collectors searching through their coins. Some 1979 D dollars show mint errors, and these errors can push values even higher. One error collectors watch for is a double die. This happens when the design is stamped slightly twice during the die creation process, causing parts of the letters or numbers to appear doubled. If the doubling is strong and clear, such a coin could sell for hundreds of dollars. Another exciting error is the off-center strike. This occurs when the blank coin is not perfectly centered during minting. The result is a coin where part of the design is missing and a blank curved space appears along the edge. If the date is still visible, collectors may pay $100 to $500 or more, depending on how dramatic the off-center strike is. There are also coins with die cracks or die breaks, which appear as raised lines across the coin's surface. These happen when the metal die used to strike coins begins to crack after heavy use. While small cracks may add only a little value, large dramatic breaks can make a coin much more desirable to collectors. Here's another surprising moment from the auction world. High-grade Susan B. Anthony dollars certified by professional grading services like PCGS and NGC have brought strong prices at major auctions. Some nearly perfect examples of the 1979 D have sold for well over $1,000. These results prove that collectors are still hunting for the finest coins from this short-lived series. And remember, millions of these coins were saved but never carefully examined. That means valuable pieces could still be hiding in old coin jars, family collections, or forgotten bank rolls. What looks like a simple dollar could actually be hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. So tonight, take a few minutes and check your coins carefully. Look for the 1979 date and the tiny D mint mark. Study the coin's color and shine. Check the rim and the letters for doubling or unusual features, because that ordinary dollar might carry life-changing value and turn into big money in the collector market. Let's go back to 1979. The United States Mint was making history. For the first time ever, a real woman would appear on a circulating American coin. The coin honored Susan B. Anthony, one of the most famous leaders of the women's rights movement. The design showed her portrait on the front and an eagle landing on the moon on the back, inspired by the Apollo space program. The mint believed this new dollar coin would be a huge success. But something unexpected happened. The coin was almost the same size and color as a quarter. People kept mixing them up. Cashiers complained, vending machines rejected them, and within just a few years the coin nearly disappeared from circulation. Millions of these coins were stored away in banks, jars, and drawers across America. For decades people ignored them. But collectors eventually realized something surprising. Hidden among the millions of ordinary coins were rare versions of the 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar that could bring serious big money at auction. So how do you identify one of these coins? Start with the date on the front. It must say 1979. Next, look just under the date near Susan B. Anthony's shoulder. If you do not see any mint mark, that means the coin was made in Philadelphia, which is why collectors call it the 1979 P dollar. On the reverse side you'll see the eagle landing on the moon with the earth in the background and the words, United States of America, and $1. The edge of the coin should be smooth, not reeded like a quarter. Now here's the first shocking moment. Even though millions were made, very few survived in perfect mint condition. Coins that were never circulated and still have bright mint luster can be extremely valuable. In fact, some high-grade 1979 P dollars graded MS-67 or MS-68 by professional grading companies have sold for thousands of dollars. That's incredible hidden treasure from a coin many people once ignored. But the surprises don't stop there. Some 1979 P coins contain rare mint errors, and this is where collectors start paying serious attention. One known variety is the wide rim, sometimes called the near-date variety. On this coin the rim appears thicker and the date looks closer to the edge. This variety is harder to find and can sell for $50 to several $100s, depending on condition. Another variety is the far date or narrow rim version, where the date sits farther away from the rim. This type is more common, but if it is found in extremely high grade it can still bring strong prices from collectors searching for the best examples. Now let's talk about error coins, because this is where the excitement really grows. Some 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollars show double die errors, where letters or numbers appear slightly doubled. If the doubling is strong and verified, collectors may pay hundreds of dollars for one of these coins. Another error to watch for is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank is not perfectly aligned during minting. Part of the design may be missing, leaving a curved blank space along the edge. If the date is still visible, these dramatic errors can sell for $100 to $500 or even more, depending on how far off-center the strike is. Collectors also search for coins with die cracks or die breaks. These appear as raised lines on the coin caused by cracks in the metal die used to strike the coins. Small cracks may only add a little value, but large dramatic breaks can make the coin far more interesting and valuable to collectors. Here's another fascinating moment from the auction world. High-grade 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollars certified by companies like PCGS and NGC have brought strong prices at major coin auctions. Some nearly perfect examples have reached thousands of dollars, proving that collectors still compete for the finest coins from this. Think about that for a moment. A coin many people still treat like spare change could actually be hidden treasure with life-changing value. And the amazing part is that millions of these coins still exist in old collections, coin jars, and forgotten bank rolls. Many have never been carefully examined. So tonight, take a few minutes and check your coins. Look for the 1979 date and make sure there is no mint mark under the date. Study the rim and see if the date sits close to the edge, which could mean you have the wide rim variety. Check the surfaces for bright luster, sharp details, and possible doubling or unusual errors. Because that ordinary dollar could turn out to be big money hiding in plain sight.